feeling your intention is really a felt sense. Doesn't even have to have a word. What is it that brought you here? Something. Hello, Sherry.
Oh,
Hi. Thanks for hanging in there with the link.
no problem at all.
So we breathe with Yoshi, feeling into an alive intention. That intention that brought you to this sacred moment of now. That intention that persisted even when the first link didn't work. That intention. Different than that intention when you're checking something off to get it done. Different. Feel the intention of being. And then as we breathe with the herd, feel all of our intentions like a bouquet. And we can start breathing in this combined bouquet of intention, flowers. Today's gathering will have lots of silence. A time where there's no thing but where you are able to touch that holy ground of nature and go into the roots where all is transpiring. Before it appears. It's holy, holy ground. And the horses live there, and all of nature lives there. So let's invite in their support. It's like a musical support so that we can tune. We invite in and honor this being here, Yoshi. And we honor and call in and welcome hearing the song of silence of Khalil. Hearing the song of silence of Teddy. Honoring his presence, singing. And Taz tuning. Hearing her silent song. And Travis is in the shade of the elderberry tree communing. And our unseen pole star, Omar, and calling in your most beloved animal beings and nature family, feeling them here in silence, singing through your heart. Notice how comfortable the heart is with silence. And as it opens in love for all of those companions in your intimate world, those animal beings, as your heart opens, how easy it is to hear their song, to feel their song of silence, of presence in your heart. And let's hear the song of Mother Gaia, the field of her silence singing and surrounding. In between your own heartbeats, as your heart begins to slow and synchronize with the heartbeat of Mother Earth. And then bowing to the silent part of your being as you allow your center of activity to drop from head to heart, from heart to belly, from belly to the deepest roots, feeling your deepest roots into that starlight field of potentiality beyond the center of the heart of Mother Gaia, right into the Earth star and beyond, dropping that root and breathing from there, allowing your sense of energetic activity to slow. And then hearing the silent singing within yourself. Reverberating with the silence of all of nature, her trees, her soil, her elements of water, earth, air, fire, ether. Feel the reverberation of silence, singing, and hearing itself. In the insects, in the winged ones, in the oceanic beings, the crystals, the minerals and rocks, the moon and sun, stars, space itself, and all of the beings here. Seen and unseen. And let's invite in that part of our human animal family that is reverberating in these holy grounds of the singing silence of all beings. A part that can only be quenched by silence. Let's lean in now to all of nature in their resounding symphony. So these transmissions that are going to flow through come from sometimes an individual, collective in nature, or an individual being in nature, and oftentimes they flow straight out from the heart of nature consciousness, which really has no divisions. So we'll begin now, interbreathing a silent breath that feels quenched by the breathability. Ah, so glad you made it, Marie. Hi. Well, and as I said, we'll be bathing in a lot of silence today, together. A time to explore these holy grounds that all of nature marinates in, including ourselves. And we have so much support. So whenever a restlessness or resistance comes up, we can invite that in too, to bathe. A fear, anxiety, even terror. We can invite that in to bathe in the sentient sea of all of nature in their symphony of silence. So we have breath of letting in and letting go and making room to receive beloved friends and kindreds. And thank you for being here. So from the heart of all nature beings, or nature consciousness itself, this first transmission is flowing through to be felt into, to see what it evokes as it passes through your whole being like a fragrance passing through without clinging to it from the mind, but an imbibing, inhaling, savoring. It is by breathing the silence of the air that we become one with the field of now. It is by breathing the silence of the air that we become one with the field of now. In the presence of silence, the ever presence of silence, our being sings coherently with the ocean of isness that simply is. In the presence of silence, our beings sing coherently with the ocean of isness that simply is. Silence sings unity's song. Silence sings unity's song. It is by breathing the silence of the air that we become one with the field of now. In the ever-present silence, our beings sing coherently with the ocean of isness that simply is. Silence sings unity's song. Let's savor together a breath. The air's silence, the all-pervading air of silence. And if it feels like there is a disruption in that coherence with the isness that simply is here and now, the breath, a breath of the silence of air, returns you. And as we breathe, and bathe and savor in silence, singing, just feel her song of unity. Feel how edges soften, divisions are let go in the resting, in the quenching, here and now. Here and now, immersed in the song of silence, peace, peace sings freedom songs. right here. Peace sings freedom songs as we immerse in silence together, to gather in silence, to sing freedom songs of unity. If you cannot hear and feel silence singing, just rest a bit deeper within yourself. No need to go out. Cradled by faith that there is indeed a part of you that is silence itself, singing. And listen from there. If you cannot hear and feel silence singing, rest deeper within yourself, cradled by faith. Faith that there is indeed a part of you that is silence itself, singing. Just listen from there, and you will hear the silent part of all. Silence sing as one. Resting deeper in yourself, cradled by faith. The faith there is indeed a silent part of you, alive and well, singing. You just listen from there. And hear the silent sing of all beings as one. You were born from the frothy shores of silence and sung into existence out of the song of silence itself. You were born out of the frothy shores of silence. And were sung into existence by the song of silence herself. And you will dissolve back into her silent sea, just as you do each night. There is nothing to fear here. You will dissolve back into her silent sea, just as you do each night. There is nothing to fear here in the fullness of starlit potentiality, singing you home to the night sky of now. For you were born from the frothy shores of silence, sung into existence by silence, song, self. You will dissolve back into her silent sea again, just as you do each night. There is nothing to fear here in the fullness, the starlit potentiality, returning you back home to the night sky of now. There is nothing to fear here in the fullness, the starlit potentiality of silence singing you back to the night sky of now. This is a transmission from Butterfly. Let's feel the lightness of being as she flutters by with her wisdom. Feel the silence of her dance, of aliveness. Feel the silence of her metamorphosis into her winged form. Let's honor the silence of her cocoon of mystery. And honor her within your innermost garden. Nature is silent. Silence is the alive emptiness that all vibrations of sound, color, thought, and texture form, flow, dance, and create in. Silence is the alive emptiness. All vibrations of sound and color, of thought and texture, form, dance, flow, and create in. Nature is silent. Nature speaks in silence. And from there, vibrations ripple out and in, reverberating, passing through, and returning. Yes, always returning to silence. Nature is musical, and silence sings. Cultivate your antenna. Tune it to silence. And feel nectars quenching you from the inside out. From beloved butterfly. Nature is silence, and silence is the alive emptiness, that vibrations of sound, color, thought, texture, form, flow, dance, and create in. Nature speaks in silence. And from there, vibrations ripple out and in, reverberating. Passing through and returning. Yes, always returning to silence. Nature is musical, and silence sings. Cultivate your antenna tuned to silence, and feel nectars quenching from the inside out. Bask in silence, singing, and feel your wings expand and fly. Flutter to the center, the flower of silence, savoring the nectar, quenching your innermost longings for something. Sung back to the freedom of vast no-thingness. Vast in silent singing. Feel your wings expand and fly. Flutter to the center of the flower of silence within you. Savor the nectar, quenching innermost longings for something. Sung back to the freedom of vast no-thingness. So let's feel the reverberation of silence, like a call and response song of love. So she invited me to sit in her favorite spot under her soft belly. And feel yourself cradled by the softness of silence. Tuning to the musicality of silence and the fullness of the emptiness of silence. The no-thingness that quenches our longing for something. The nectar from the center of your innermost flower of silence. Quenching from the inside out. Every sound you hear in nature has a natural three-part symphony. It's arising out of silence. Its sustained appearance. And its dissolution back to silence. How noisy it would be if we did not honor and revel in each return back to silence. Allow and honor all stages of your inner arisings. and welcome their natural 3-part frequency dance wholeheartedly. They're arising out of silence. Their sustained appearance and their dissolution back to silence. How noisy it would be if we did not honor and revel in each return back to silence. So in this breath, allow, just in this breath, breathing the silence of the air with all of nature, interbreathing. Allow and honor all the stages of your inner arisings. And welcome their 3-part symphony, their frequency dance, wholeheartedly. So as we tune our antennas, more clearly honed in on the song of silence, let's just close these transmissional circulations of words with the tone Om. Om will tone the word, the sacred seed syllable Om. And this ancient sacred syllable Om has a 3-part symphony built into it. The arising of the sound out of silence, the sustaining of the tone and its frequency, and then it's dissolving back into the sea of silence. So today, and we always Om during our gatherings, as a sacred closing and a sacred rippling in and out, kind of like a cow mooing. You can moo too. We will focus on the silence preceding and closing the tone. Mm.